the Idaho town where every resident shares the same nightmare. In the northern panhandle of Idaho, surrounded by dense forests and mountains that see snow 10 months of the year, there is a small town. It has no traffic lights, no chain stores, no reason for anyone outside the county to know its name. The population is just under 300 people, families who have lived there for generations. Loggers, hunters, people who value privacy and silence and the kind of isolation that most Americans cannot understand. But if you spend a night in this town, something will happen to you. Not in the morning, not during the day, at night, while you sleep. You will have the nightmare. Every resident of this town has experienced it. Every single one. Children as young as 4 describe it in detail. Elderly residents who have lived there for 80 years say it has never stopped. Visitors who stay overnight report it as well. They wake up shaken, confused, and they all describe the same thing. The same figure, the same place, the same words. This is not a folktale. This is not a local legend invented to attract tourists. The town does not want tourists. The town does not even have a hotel. The residents rarely speak about the nightmare to outsiders. They have learned that the rest of the world does not believe them. But when researchers from a university in Washington state visited the town in 2019 to study sleep disorders, they stumbled upon something that defied every scientific model they knew. A shared dream, identical in content, consistent across age, gender, and background, occurring in a geographically isolated population. A dream that feels more like a message or a warning. Let me tell you what the researchers found. Let me tell you what the residents see when they close their eyes. And let me tell you why some of them have started sleeping in shifts. The nightmare always follows the same structure. You are standing in a forest. The trees are tall and dark. The ground is covered in pine needles. There is no moon, no stars, no sky at all, just a blackness above that feels too close, like a ceiling. The air is cold. You can see your breath. In the distance, there is a cabin, a small wooden structure with a single window that glows with orange light. You do not want to go to the cabin. Every instinct tells you to turn around and run. But you cannot control your body. You are walking toward it. Your legs move against your will. You reach the door. It is open. The orange light spills out into the forest. You step inside. The cabin is empty except for a chair, a wooden chair in the center of the room. And sitting in the chair is a woman. She is old. Her hair is white and long. Her face is deeply lined. Her eyes are closed. She is wearing a simple gray dress. She does not move. She does not speak. But then, her eyes open. They are completely white. No pupils, no irises, just white. And she speaks. Her mouth moves, but the words do not come from her mouth. They come from everywhere, from the walls, from the floor, from inside your own head. She says, "You are not supposed to be here." Then the dream ends. You wake up. Your heart is pounding. You are covered in sweat. And you know, with a certainty that you cannot explain, that the woman was real. That she is still in that cabin. That she is waiting. That is the nightmare. Every resident, every visitor, every single person who sleeps within the town limits. The researchers who documented this phenomenon were initially skeptical. They set up a sleep study in the town community center. They brought in equipment, electroencephalogram machines to monitor brain activity, video cameras to record eye movement. They recruited 20 volunteers, all lifelong residents, all of whom had experienced the nightmare their entire lives. The first night, 18 of the 20 volunteers entered REM sleep within the same 10-minute window, between 2:13 am and 2:23 am. That level of synchronization is almost unheard of in sleep science. The second night, the researchers noticed something even stranger. The brainwave patterns of the volunteers during the nightmare were nearly identical. Not similar. Identical, as if the same electrical signal was being transmitted to 20 different brains simultaneously. The third night, one of the researchers decided to sleep in the town herself. She was a skeptic, a scientist. She did not believe in shared dreams or supernatural explanations. She believed in data. She had the nightmare. She woke up at 2:17 a.m. She was crying. She described the forest, the cabin, the woman, the words. She described details she had not been told. She had not read the transcripts of the volunteers. She had intentionally avoided their descriptions to avoid contaminating her own experience, but her nightmare was identical. The research team left the town shortly after. Their study was never published in a peer-reviewed journal. The university declined to comment. The lead researcher took a leave of absence and has not spoken publicly about the experience since. But the townspeople remain. They have learned to live with the nightmare. Some treat it as a curse. Some treat it as a blessing. Some say the woman in the cabin is a protector, that she is warning them about something that is coming. One elderly resident, a man named Gerald, who has lived in the town for 92 years, told the researchers something that made their blood run cold. He said that the nightmare used to be different. When he was a child in the 1930s, the dream was less frequent. It happened once a month, maybe once a week. Over the decades, it increased. Now it happens every single night. Every resident, every time they sleep, the woman in the cabin is becoming more urgent. Her message is becoming more insistent. You are not supposed to be here. What does that mean? Is she telling the residents to leave? Is she warning them that the town itself is built on something it should not be? Something sacred? Something dangerous? Or is she talking about something larger? Something existential? You are not supposed to be here, not just in this town, but here, in this world, in this reality. There is another detail that the researchers found buried in the town's history. The land was originally inhabited by a Native American tribe. The tribe had a legend about a place in the forest where the boundary between worlds was thin, a place where a guardian spirit watched over a doorway. The tribe avoided that place. They said that if you slept there, the guardian would visit you in your dreams. She would tell you that you did not belong. She would try to push you back through the doorway, and if you did not listen, something would come through and take you. The town was built directly on top of that place. The tribe was relocated in the late 1800s. The land was sold. The town was founded in 1902. The nightmare began shortly after. The residents are not going anywhere. They say the town is their home. They say they will endure the nightmare as long as they have to. But some of the younger families have started leaving. They move away and the nightmares stop permanently. The night after they cross the town line, they sleep peacefully for the first time in their lives. But most stay. Most cannot afford to leave. Most have nowhere else to go. So every night, the entire town closes their eyes at the same time. They walk through the same dark forest. They approach the same cabin. They see the same woman with her white eyes and her gray dress. And they hear the same words. You are not supposed to be here. If you ever find yourself driving through northern Idaho and you pass through a small town where the streets are quiet and the people seem tired, keep driving. Do not stop for gas. Do not ask for directions. And whatever you do not spend the night. Because the nightmare does not care if you are a resident or a visitor. It does not care if you believe in it. It does not care if you think this is just a story. It will find you. And the woman in the cabin will open her eyes, and she will tell you the truth. Sleep well.